not to do when you're scared, like petrified of standing in public or putting yourself out there. I want to share with you my journey so that you can be inspired. I hope it helps. Last year, I went to a class that was run by a friend of mine who's a teacher and an artist. She made us draw our biggest fear. And this is what I drew. My cheeks are red, my face is shocked, and I'm saying, that's so scary. And that's where I was. That's the real fear. It was during the time that I described in my first video. If you've been following or if you want to go back and see, the first video is all about the transition of how I went from being a graphic designer, packaging expert, to becoming a Rebbetzin online, making videos and helping people, working one-on-one with women on their marriages and their lives and putting themselves together and becoming what they want to become. It all started because I had to go through it myself. When Hashem was being so clear with what he wanted from me and was calling me and being like, this is what you need to do right now, the biggest fear that came up was this. How am I going to put myself out there? I don't really know what people are gonna say, how people are gonna react. I don't know how it's gonna resonate with people, and maybe people are gonna like me. I like when people like me, and if I put myself out there, then nobody's gonna like me, and that's really scary. I won't know what to say. I stand in front of people and I'll look so not professional or smart enough or eloquent enough. I won't have the right words or the right ideas, or maybe maybe I shouldn't do this because it's just not the right thing. It doesn't make any sense for me to stand up in front of everyone. I mean, there are plenty of Rebbetzins all over the world, and if somebody wants to follow a Rebbetzin online, I'm sure there's so many that they could find. Why do I need to do this? Go out of my way and be all nervous inside and have all those butterflies in my stomach, and see myself on camera or hear my voice recorded. I think I'm just gonna hang up now. Like, just press that button and be done with it. And maybe not even post it, because it's too much. Bye. See ya. That didn't work. After we got out the biggest fear and drew it and made it real, we gave it space, we validated it, and we got to make a list of all the different things that came up in my head that were all behind that fear. So behind the fear were, what am I gonna say? What are people going to say? What's the right way of saying it and doing it? I have no idea what I'm doing. And this is so scary. It's scary to be vulnerable. It's scary to open up. It's scary to show you my insides. It's not the right time. That was a big one. Now it's not the right time. In the right time, things will work out. And the second one, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. There was also the side ones that, I don't like to hear my own voice and I don't want to see myself in the camera. They were all so legitimate. They were all so real. And they were completely fueling the fear of standing in front of you today and every other day when I make videos and go in public and give shiurim. And it's so scary. Scary isn't going away, so just do it scared. Then we had to go a step further and answer these fears and really close our eyes and concentrate on what is the answer to every single one of these fears that's fueling the bigger fear of not wanting to stand in public. And they were really beautiful. What are people gonna say? It's not in my control. What they're gonna say is what they're gonna say. All I can control is my actions and showing up. So I did. What's the right way to do it? I have no idea. But just like Hashem led me to this, He's going to show me step by step exactly what needs to happen. And I'm just going to have to follow the little crumbs until I get to where He wants me to be. I don't like hearing my own voice. The answer was, you're just not used to it. You have a beautiful voice. What am I going to say? Exactly what Hashem puts in your mouth. It's so easy to tell other people all this advice, but it was so hard for me to answer those things until I got to this exercise. It's so scary to open up and be vulnerable. I can open up whatever I want to open up. I felt like once I open up, everything is going to be open. And it scared me to be so open. And so the answer was, you only have to share what you choose to share. And that made me very comfortable. Not that I had anything to hide. And I actually think that once I started sharing and being vulnerable, it became easier and easier to tell you about my real life and my real struggles. But when I was in this place of fear, it was a real fear. And I gave myself permission to not share it, to only share what I want to share. It actually hasn't come up, and I'm happy to share a lot of my life. And on Instagram stories, I really enjoy giving you a tour of all of my favorite things. But having this permission to only share what I want to share was huge. It's not the right time. It's never going to be the right time. I'm not ready. And you know what my husband says about this? So get ready. Just like if you're not ready for Shabbos, get ready for Shabbos. I'm not ready is not an excuse. It just shows that you have to get ready. And so I got ready. I talked myself into it and said, let's do it. I did it scared. I did my first video. I celebrated that first video with so much joy because once it was out, it was such a relief. I wasn't scared anymore because I did it already. It was like getting it done with. And the other videos were easier to record. Once I got it out, it just felt so much more natural. And speaking in public the first 3 times was petrifying, and I was shaking, and then it just became normal. And when I was flown down to Florida and I had to speak in front of 40 women, it was one of the most fun experiences in my life because I let go of the fear, and I trusted Hashem that He'll put the right words in my mouth, and whatever they need to hear, they'll hear. And it doesn't matter if I mess up a word here and there. And it doesn't matter if I don't remember the right translation or give you the wrong story. It doesn't matter if I go on a tangent because maybe that's exactly what you needed to hear. I'm Rebbetzin Bat-Chen Grossman, and my specialty is helping you connect for real. Connect to your husband or other people in your life, connect to yourself, and connect to Hashem. And that's why I started my website, connectedforreal.com. I want you to be connected for real. I don't want it to be this fluffy connection that's up there in the sky and you feel like it's unattainable. I want it to be so real and so practical. I want it to have that balance. I appreciate that you're here and that you're following my journey, and I wish you the courage to get out there and do what you are here to do. I did it, it was scary, and I'm doing it anyway.